I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. A baby in a shoebox, a newborn girl less than 24 hours old, discarded in a Timberland shoebox tonight as baby Jane Hope hangs on to survive. Police ask who? Who left behind a beautiful baby girl?
A day-old newborn girl was found alive in a Timberland shoebox in the vestibule of a Hempstead, Long Island apartment building. And tonight, police are asking for help locating the baby's parents. A hole had been cut in the lid of the box, and the baby's umbilical cord was tied with dental floss. Police say she's in stable condition.
She appears to be in good health. She had the umbilical cord still attached.
Neighbors were saddened to hear that the baby had been abandoned by its mother. Betty Vorquez was raised in an orphanage and says now women have so many options.
Give it to the police department, the fire department, a hospital, or some charity, some church.
A safe haven.
Yes, where somebody who wants a child so bad can have a child.
Straight out to Terry Sheridan with 1010 Wins News Radio. Welcome, Terry. What happened?
Well, Nancy, Sunday night at about 9:20, a man was walking into a lobby of an apartment building in Hempstead, Long Island, and he heard something, turned around, and saw this shoebox. Opened it up, saw that there was a baby in it. He immediately contacted the building super. They contacted police, and the baby was rushed to Nassau University Medical Center and was treated. Thankfully, is in very good shape.
A baby in a shoebox. And it's my understanding, Terry Sheridan, that it was almost like a science project, like an elementary school child or a middle school child would have, where you catch a bug or a tiny animal and you put it in a jar and puncture holes in the top so it can breathe. I understand the little shoebox had holes punctured in the top.
There was if you want to call it a breathing hole, yeah, but was punched into the top. The baby was clean. The umbilical cord was still attached to a Baby Hope, but it was tied off with dental floss. Baby was clean. The clothes were clean. Even had a wool hat on. So it's almost as if someone the mother who left the baby in the vestibule was looking for someone to find it.
With me right now, Timothy Jacquard. He's the president of National Safe Haven Alliance, who actually has held the baby in a shoebox. Welcome, Timothy. You were there on the scene. What did you observe?
Yes, Nancy, how are you? It's nice to be on your show again.
Thank you.
The baby was in excellent condition. Was well cared for. The heat, so the baby wouldn't lose any body temperature with the hat on. We believe that the box, the cover, is actually to try to protect the baby when she was carrying it either into the building with the heavy rain that was going on outside. She did, in fact, have tie the cord off properly using dental floss. In many of my cases that I've been involved in, I've had birth mothers use dental floss as a way to tie off the cord prior to cutting the cord to prevent the bleeding.
Timothy, you keep saying she. Why do you say that?
Well, it would be the birth mother would possibly do this. She's the only closest person. Not after, unless you say the individual, but if the mother is there giving birth, she appears to be the one that would be the most likely to nurture this child, and in her circumstances that she was facing.
With us right now, Detective Lieutenant Ray Cote with the Nassau County Police Department. Detective, what can you tell me about the clues you found in and around the shoebox? What evidence can you obtain?
Well, certainly, Nancy, the clothing itself is going to be analyzed by our forensic experts to determine whether or not there is anything in there that would lead us to either the parent, the father, the mother, or someone else that may have given the clothes to this young woman who gave the birth to this baby child.
Let's unleash the lawyers. We are taking your calls live. Jack Ford, former prosecutor, is joining us. He is an anchor with In Session, author of The Osiris Alliance. Raymond Giudice, defense attorney out of Atlanta. Joe Lawless, defense attorney, author of Prosecutorial Misconduct. Ray Giudice, whoever left this baby could have left it at a safe haven. Instead, the child could have died there in a shoebox. Ray Giudice.
Yeah, Nancy, even as a defense lawyer, you wonder how many times we're going to cover these stories on this show where people don't know about the safe haven law. That being said, as Timothy just said, there's plenty of indications that this lady was trying to save the child and get it to a healthy spot.
Giudice, you are certainly using lady in a loose sense. What about it, Jack Ford?
You know what, as we said, Nancy, you just wish people knew what the law was out there. They've got 5 days to deliver a child, no questions asked, to a hospital, a police department, a firehouse. But now what these people did, even though they tried to protect her, it is still now against the law. They're looking at some problems.
And Joe Lawless, let me hear your story.
We don't know anything about the mother yet, Nancy. She's being into treatment herself. We just don't know her state just yet.
Right.